Sanders has some explaining to do. The Browns rookie quarterback was cited by police for driving 101 miles per hour after 12 a.m. on Monday night. Sanders was stopped in Strongsville, Ohio, in an area that had a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit. Kmart and Joe Fortenbaugh are here with us. Stephen A. back with us here as well, as he is in Indiana. And obviously this is not the headline that you want to hear if you are a Browns fan or a person that is in Shedeur Sanders' camp. Then nonetheless, here we are. Kmart, your thoughts on Shedeur?
So I think this is a huge deal. Not because Shedeur Sanders isn't allowed to make a mistake, right? But I think it's a big deal because, A, the spotlight that follows him, his last name, because of the draft day slide and the perception around like what's really going on, questions about maturity that already lingered because of the draft process. And let's be honest, like he's the most polarizing prospect in this draft class. There are people that seem to wonder, is his head on straight? That's from the outside, right? And then let's be honest, like he doesn't have margin for error. Like he really doesn't. He's a black man in America too. There's also that layer, and he's in a QB competition where you already have another rookie that's right next to you. And Kevin Stefanski, their head coach, has said, we're gonna be judging the QBs based off of what you do on the field and what you do off. And at this point, Shedeur, it's a mistake. I'm not killing him for that, but it's the awareness of I have to be smarter than that because so many people are looking at me already, and that's why I say it's huge, because people are going to question the decision making, and you don't want to leave anything open to interpretation.
Well said. Young guy, speeding. I've done it, hand up, like.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
It's not something that's completely outside the norm of what we've come to know from people anywhere. The problem is you're not the average guy. You're not me when I was in my 20s. You're the COO of the Cleveland Browns. You're the chief operating officer. And when you play the most important position in all of sports, we'll look at 40 times, but sometimes that won't matter as much. We'll look at arm talent. We'll look at your ability to process the defense. Most of all, it's really going to come down to one thing that makes Mahomes and Brady and Manning the greatest to ever do it, which is decision making. Are you smart enough to make good decisions in high pressure situations? This wasn't even a high pressure situation. Clock wasn't ticking down. It's a bad decision. It's a bad decision. And now you've given ammo to everyone out there who has been trying to knock you down from the beginning. Don't fuel them, all right? And don't give the organization reason to believe you can't operate the offense in under 2 minutes with the game on the line. Because some people will hear that comparison and think, how can you compare, the risk of human life to football? That's what Cleveland's going to do. They're going to compare the decision-making of Shedeur Sanders, and so far, subpar.
Evening.
You're not wrong, neither of you. But I would ask that we calm down just a little bit, because it is a big deal if we make it one. And we can also contribute to not making it a big deal, to pointing out it's wrong, don't do it, it's not wise, the position that you're in, but doing also what Joe just did, raising his hand. I've been in court several times in my life. Each time it was with speed. Okay, I speed now, usually when I'm running to work and I gotta be on the air and some damn traffic jam took place or whatever, and I got time to make up for, and I gotta be on the airwaves, okay? Oh, by the way, I remember speeding about 30 miles over the speed limit, all right? And thank God the officer didn't stop me because I was speeding, because I was rushing to the bathroom, and it wasn't no damn, I didn't want to stop at a damn rest stop to use the bathroom. Okay, there's a lot of reasons stuff can happen. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of reasons there.
This man is a menace on the road.
We should be talking about you, not Shedeur, actually.
We got to tell, especially the dudes, we got to tell on ourselves. Damn it, sometimes you got to go to the bathroom. You understand? So you got to get home. All right? It happens. It was not wise. And we have to understand that for him, as you articulated, Kimberly, it does resonate from the standpoint, you know what you went through in the draft. You know that wasn't about your ability. You know that everybody was talking about Cam Ward and then you. And that you dropped to the 144th pick in the draft in the 5th round. And in all likelihood, it wasn't because of your ability. It was because of what they questioned about your mentality. Were you arrogant? Did you think you were all that? Did you think you were above the fray? Your pops, the great primetime Deion Sanders, you know, this brother was representing you. I didn't say late. I said, you know, I didn't mean late. Of course, he's still alive and thriving. Wishing him nothing but the best with his recent health issues, but got love for my man Primetime. We all know this. I'm just saying, you know who you are. You know what your pedigree is. You got to watch yourself. But in the same breath, y'all, when it comes to speeding, I mean, damn, there's a whole bunch of us, regardless of age. That ain't got nothing to do with maturity. A whole bunch of us make those mistakes because stuff going on in our lives at that particular moment in time. We're trying to get where we got to go.
You are right, Stephen, which is why I said I'm not killing Shedeur for making a mistake. But again, the same day he was cited for speeding, Henry Ruggs III was at an event. Hope for Prisoners, like event where he's apologizing for his actions, for being a young kid who did something stupid, and he wishes every day that he could just turn back the hands of time and just make a different decision. This is not us piling on Shedeur, but this is the spotlight that follows him. If we're gonna talk about Shedeur on First Take and why the Browns giving him more snaps and if we're gonna talk about him a lot, then we have to also talk about this. And it is an opportunity not to kill him, not to beat him down, but to just say this is a huge mistake from the standpoint of showing maturity and the optics of it. You don't wanna give anyone any reason.
Hold on, can I just also point out, this did happen after midnight, I will say. So I hear when we're all in a hurry to get to work, this did happen after midnight. Again, we all make mistakes, and he was going over 100 miles an hour. Now, I remember, I believe it was Lamar Jackson posted something on social media a couple of years ago. He was speeding, he was like showing off his watch. People were killing him on social media. It's not something you can't come back from. But it was late at night on, I mean, I don't know what road in Ohio.
Can I say this?
And so there is something to keep in consideration. Yes, Steve.
Well, of course we keep that in mind. And I certainly appreciate Kimberly's explanation because we certainly don't want to give the impression that it's okay to speed because it also happens to be breaking the law. We're not trying to excuse it. We're simply pointing out that that level of immaturity that you're talking about with him, a whole bunch of us make.
Yes.
Regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of anything, a whole bunch of us as make. So what I'm saying is be smart, be safe, be wise, but in the same breath, let's all recognize the fact that what we're accusing him of, we've done several times over in our lifetime, and it shouldn't be the end of the world for him. And I'm not saying anybody was accusing him of that. I'm just saying we need to remind folks of that. And when we bring up Ruggs, respectfully, this brother was playing around in Vegas, and that accident killed somebody. So again, let's keep things in this proper perspective. Shedeur, don't do that. Be wise, be smart. Don't find yourself in that predicament. Exactly. Don't be in a police blotter for any reason. Just watch yourself. But we all have been guilty of it.
Well said. Small, right? We can all agree. Maybe it's not a major blow up. Don't add them up, though. Don't build the resume of all these small things. There was already all the information that came out about the draft process. Maybe some people believe it, maybe they don't. If that's unfair, fine. We'll move past it. But you built a hell of a resume in college. You built a hell of a resume. All this good stuff that you can lean on. And now we're starting to build it up on the other side, too. Just cut that out. Don't give the haters anything.
Yeah.
Keep building up on this side. We look forward to seeing you in Cleveland.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. Coming up on First Take, Action Jackson Super Bowl trophy still.
Lại kênh YouTube của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách làm một cái đồng hồ treo tường giống như thế này nhé. Bây giờ chúng ta cùng làm thôi. Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn mọi người cách làm một cái đồng hồ treo tường đơn giản nhé. Nguyên liệu của mình cần có đó là bút chì, thước kẻ, kéo này, compa. Keo dán mình sẽ dùng là keo nến nhé. Mọi người cũng có thể sử dụng các loại keo khác để dán như là keo dán giấy này hay là băng dính hai mặt đều có thể dán được nhá. Tại vì mình dùng cái phần bìa màu này mình làm. Thì phần bìa màu này rất là dễ dán nên mọi người dùng keo gì cũng dán được nhé. Mình lựa chọn 4 màu sắc liền: màu xanh, màu cam, màu vàng, màu đen. Mình sẽ dùng 4 màu sắc liền như thế này. Thì đây là cách kết hợp màu của mình nhé. Mọi người có thể tham khảo và làm theo. Hoặc là nếu các bạn không thích cái tông màu giống như thế này, các bạn có thể thay bằng những cái màu sắc khác, không vấn đề gì hết. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ bắt tay vào làm. Đầu tiên các bạn dùng compa vẽ cho mình một cái hình tròn. Rồi vẽ hình tròn lên, kích thước tùy ý nhất. Mọi người thích cái đồng hồ to hay nhỏ thì mọi người sẽ vẽ hình tròn tương ứng. Rồi mình được một cái hình tròn như thế này. Bây giờ mình sẽ cắt nó ra. Đầu tiên mình sẽ cắt một cái đường thẳng trước.